Welcome, ICAI Award 2020, organized under the aegis of the Board of Directors, powered by the Muscat Chapter of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. This Merit Award program for the commerce toppers of Indian schools was initiated in the year 2018 and it is the proud privilege of Indian School AISSCE to host the third edition of this event. In this academic merit award, AISSCE 2020, commerce toppers from among all Indian schools in Oman are felicitated and honored with mementos, certificates, and cash prizes by the Muscat Chapter ICAI. Former students of Indian schools who have cleared CA are also being felicitated today on this occasion. This program is also conceptualized to empower the commerce students by giving an insight into the prospects of choosing CA as a career. And it will provide a platform for the students and parents to put forward their queries. Your questions can be posted during the program in the comment section and it will be answered by the professionals present here with us. We are immeasurably grateful to the graciousness of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said and the invariable support of His Majesty's government extended to the Indian diaspora at Oman. May the Almighty grant long life to His Majesty and peace and prosperity for the people of Oman. We thank the Ministry of Education for its constant guidance and encouragement in all our endeavors. Mr. Vinoba MP, Educational Advisor, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Mr. Vinoba MP has served as the principal of Indian School IBRI for 25 years prior to his present position as the Senior Principal and Education Advisor to the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman. Mr. Vinoba MP is the recipient of the prestigious CBSE Mentor Award in 2015. He occupied various positions in his career, such as CBSE Gulf Council Secretary and Chairman. Now, may I request Mr. Vinoba MP, Educational Advisor, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, to deliver the welcome speech.
Thank you. Respected Chief Guest of the evening, Honorable Chairman of the Board of Indian Schools, Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, distinguished guest of honor, CA Ramananda Prabhu, Chairman of the Muscat Chapter of ICAI, CA Dr. Devashish Mitra, Chairman, Board of Studies Academics ICAI, esteemed resource persons for the evening, CA V. Pattabhiram, CA Vandana Nagpal, Director, Board of Studies ICAI, and CA Prabdeep Singh, Regional Director, ICAI, Middle East and Africa. Respected directors on the Board of Indian Schools in Oman, other executive members of the ICAI fraternity in Oman, Principal of the host school, Dr. Lena Francis, principals of the rest of the schools, teachers, parents, and dear students. A very warm welcome to this eminent occasion of award ceremony. At the outset, we extend our profound respect and heartfelt gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said for his magnanimity towards the Indian community in Oman. Through his benevolent leadership, the Indian schools have been prominently functioning across this country, catering the educational needs of the children of Indian diaspora in the Sultanate. Well, the Association of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Muscat Chapter, with Indian schools has been resolute and consistent. Every year, this event aims to glorify the students of the commerce stream, both present and passed out, for their noteworthy accomplishment in the field of commerce. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Commerce toppers are felicitated for their ardent efforts in bringing laurels to the Indian schools with their outstanding academic performance. My heartiest congratulations to each one of them. Today, as we have virtually gathered here to honor the success of our beloved students, I consider this as my privilege to extend a very warm welcome to the chief guest of the evening, Honorable Chairman, Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, a visionary leader in the forefront of the Indian schooling system, for gracing the occasion with his esteemed presence. Hearty welcome to you, sir. A very warm and pleasant welcome to the guests of honor, CA Ramananda Prabhu and CA Dr. Debashish Mitra, for their delightful presence amidst us on this occasion. Welcome, sirs. This year, the event is significant with the presence of the keynote speaker, CA V. Patabiram, and other resource persons, CA Vandana D. Nagpal and CA Prabdeep Singh. Warm welcome to you. Special welcome to the esteemed members of the Board of Indian Schools in Oman, executive members of the ICAI, and the principals of Indian schools in the Sultanate of Oman. Lastly, it is my pleasure to cordially welcome the achievers, aspiring CS students, parents, and teachers to this August gathering. Once again, a warm welcome to each one of you as we celebrate today hard work and success. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor to have with us Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, Chairman, Board of Directors, as the chief guest of the day. Dr. Baby Sam Samuel is an ardent proponent of social entrepreneurship and award-winning business consultant specialized in turnaround management, business mentoring, and strategic consultancy. A leader and mentor with 20 plus years of international, cross-functional, multicultural expertise, Dr. Sam's management experiences cut across corporate businesses, non-profits, and social enterprises in diverse fields such as technology, media, education, youth development, and community welfare. His visionary leadership as the chairman of the board of directors of Indian schools in Oman has had a prolific impact in the Indian schooling system. He leaves no stone unturned to realize the vision of the board that every child from our schools shall undergo transformative learning and be equipped with the knowledge, skills, and well being to find their identity and purpose in life. To realize this vision, the board has spearheaded more than 40 initiatives in a short span of 2.5 years aimed at the holistic development of students, their academic, physical, emotional, and social enhancement and well-being. This has been a historic achievement. Additionally, Dr. Sam is the Vice Chairman and Director on the Board of Knowledge Oman, the largest knowledge-based voluntary organization in Oman. Founding President of Anjapam Charitable Trust, a social enterprise food aid project functioning in India to benefit the economically backward and often forgotten section of the society. Of the Industrial Advisory Board, Higher Education Institutes in National Council for Teacher Education, Government of India. Dr. Baby Sam Samuel is the recipient of numerous national and international awards for his significant contributions in the educational, social, and business domains. May I invite Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, Chairman, Board of Directors, for the inaugural address.
Thank you. Guest of honor for this evening, Mr. C.A. Ramananda Prabhu, the chairperson of ICAI, as well Dr. Debashis Mitra, Chairman, Board of Studies Academic, C.A. Prabdeep Singh, Regional Director, ICAI Middle East and Africa, C.A.B. Pattabhiram, speaker, writer, and teacher, C.A. Vandana D. Nagpal, Director, Board of Studies, ICAI, my colleagues on the board, President of Indian School AISSCE, Mr. Moidu A.K., Principal of Indian School AISSCE, Dr. Lena Francis, Principals of various Indian schools, beloved teachers, dear students, good evening. First of all, wish you all a very happy New Year 2021. I hope the turn of the year has enthused you all and has given you the momentum to aim higher than before, to work harder and smarter, and to allot more time and focus on your growth and well-being. The Muscat chapter of the prestigious Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ACAI, has always been an ardent supporter of the Indian schools in Oman, being there for our students every year from 2018 on, acknowledging their efforts and guiding them towards the pinnacles of success. We do appreciate the appreciation and motivation shared so generously by ICAI. An example of this outreach is the presence of the esteemed guest here, who with examples of their own success shall no doubt light the way for our students who wish to follow these footsteps. Thank you once again for all of you for your valued presence here today and for taking time to be part of the system. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the students whose hard work and efforts have been recognized here today. Congratulations, dear children. May each one of you continue to shine brighter and higher as you move forward in your academic and career journeys. I truly hope that this session today sparks the joy of growth for each one of you. Let me pick this word, growth. We are all destined to grow, emotionally, spiritually, academically, in our skills, in our dreams, and even in our ambitions. Growth is such a different word from success or wish fulfillment. Now, if success is a long-term goal, growth is a short-term daily goal. If at the end of every day, there is some aspect of the day that makes us feel that, yes, I've become a better, more competent person today as compared to yesterday, then that's called growth. Just this tiny amount of incremental change, but on a daily basis will propel you into being a better or allow you to achieve in all that you desire to be. And a person with this kind of openness towards change is someone who will not get stuck in negative self-talk, the kind of demoralizing and demotivating talk that goes on like, you know what, I'm not smart enough to do this. Or that's just who I am, I can't change. Or if I don't try, then I won't fail, then why should I try? Research says that these kind of self-talks are examples of fixed mindset. And the opposite of this is called the growth mindset, which allows for more compassionate, more flexible self-talks like, for example, I can learn to do anything I want. Or I'm a constantly evolving work in progress. Or failures are just opportunities for growth. As I've been obviously saying a lot these days, one of the silver linings brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic is disruption. When everything is different, when everything that we have gotten used to is changed, that is exactly the perfect time to change our habits as well. The ineffective and inefficient ones that are keeping us back. Make use of that disruption to create new patterns, new ways of thinking and doing. At the same time, it is also important to be mindful and enjoy the things that we do. The things that make up our time and our attention. Look back upon your own interest. Can you revisit for a minute any fun, pleasurable activity that you were engaged in and the time seemed to be fly by without you even knowing about it? Where an hour felt like few minutes or a day felt like few hours. This engagement that we feel with time is called the state of flow. So when our full focus, our energy, our mind and our body and soul is engrossed in just one task, when we are in harmony with time, if we can bring an aspect of learning and enjoyment to any task that we do, if we can adopt a growth mindset and enjoy the state of flow, then we are prepared to be resilient and we are good enough to deal with anything and everything that comes our way. Wishing you all the very best of the best version, to be the best version of yourself. Good evening. Thank you.
We assure you to work harder and smarter and grow in all aspects and be open to changes. Thank you, sir. CA Ramananda Prabhu, co-founder and executive director of Untitled Chartered Accountants. He was elected as chairperson for the year 2020-21 of Muscat chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Sultanate of Oman. He specializes in audit, tax, and business enabling services and has worked with large banks, large business groups, and international audit firms. He has broadened and enhanced his role in the fields of international financial investments, macroeconomics, corporate finance, as well as venture capital and startup commercial setups in Oman. He is a business manager with in-depth experience in sales and marketing, product and process development, and end-to-end business management. CA Prabhu has been nominated as business head representing Karnataka wing of Indian Social Club, Indian Embassy, Sultanate of Oman for Oman India Business Forum. He is also a lifetime member of Karnataka State Chartered Accountants of India, Bombay Chartered Accountants Society. Today, it is indeed an honor to have amidst us CA N. Ramananda Prabhu, ICAI Chairperson of Muscat Chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, as a guest of honor to address the audience. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, one and all present here. Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, Chief Guest of the event. Dr. Debashis Mitra, Guest of Honor. CAV Pattabhiram, our keynote speaker. CA Dr. Vandana Nagpal, Director Board of Studies. CA Prabdeep Singh, Regional Director ICAI Dubai. My fellow managing committee members, members of the Muscat chapter, members of the overseas chapters, members of the Board of Directors Indian School in Oman, respected principals and teachers of Indian schools, Dr. Lena Francis, Principal SEEP Indian School, students, parents, invitees, and guests. It gives me great pleasure to be amongst you all this evening for the third ICAI award ceremony for felicitating the toppers of commerce student in Sultanate of Oman. I am thankful to our past chairman, CA Bhavani Prasad, CA Ashwini, for this noble initiative during our term of office in managing committee, and also thankful to all my managing committee members for arranging this event with the Indian School Board in Oman. We thank Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, Chairman, and all the members of the Indian School Board for their active engagement, and look forward to your continued support to the Muscat chapter ICAI. Our special thanks to the management and the principal and the teaching faculty of Indian School Al Gubra for their unreserved support for accepting and accommodating to be the center of CA examination in Sultanate of Oman. We are very thankful to the College of Banking and Financial Studies in Oman for being our sponsors in Sultanate of Oman. In this contest, let me feel proud to congratulate CBFS, who has won 2 research awards for 2 research papers, one in accountancy and one in banking and finance, which was presented for ICAI Award 2020. Let us give them a big round of applause. Today, I am glad to inform you all that we at ICAI Muscat chapter have taken this initiative to involve Indian school students in our annual international conference to give them the insights of the corporate world and also to prepare them to embark the new journey into the career. We have taken also participating in the Indian School Career Fair, our year program since last 2 years. Our thanks to Indian Embassy for all their patronage for the Muscat chapter. I just want to inform all the students present here to be thankful and grateful to your parents, respect them and love them unconditionally. Next greatest contributors of our life are our teachers. Always make it a point to pay them back. Please give them a big round of applause. I heartily congratulate all the award winners on behalf of the Muscat chapter ICAI, newly qualified chartered accountants for their accomplishment and wish them well in their future endeavors. We are all proud of their achievements and encourage them to be moving forward. We also congratulate all the proud parents and of the toppers of ICAI awards and also the CA qualified parents. I also request toppers to take oath and to assist and share the knowledge and support 5 students in their class and improve their academic scorings so that we can see a wonderful world around us by creating a new world. Sense of giving makes you the greatest person in this world. Remember your parents, remember your teachers, take their blessings, try to give them back, remember and connect with the institution where you have studied, pay them back, reciprocate your gratitude in action, the joy of giving back to all those persons who have touched your life and contributed to your success. You need to pay back. Like we breathe in, we breathe out. This is the real rhythm of life. As we say in accounting language, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And then only the life balance sheet tallies. We have with us CAV Pataviram, my guru. I bow you, sir. Seek your blessings. Every morning, I remember and thank him for being such a great teacher and an inspiration to me. He may not have recognized me when I was a student, but today I am a CA because of his teaching and being humble to be here in his presence and honored to share the same dais. Patabi sir has played a key role in my life. Whenever my morale is low, I speak to him and I will fully inspired and charged and energized. He is my mentor of life. This is called relationship beyond boundaries. Even though he is, addressing us from Chennai, this is today real. We are beyond the boundaries. Young people are already experiencing the new norms of socialization and social capital acquisition that ICT developments and contributing to. Their education, both at school, at home, needs to provide them with the social values and the attitudes, as well as constructive experience that will allow them to benefit from emerging opportunities and contribute actively to these new spaces of social life. So I press upon all the students to be great achievers, stick to your goals with 3D principles, which I followed in my life, which is first one, number one D is you should have desire. Desire is should be strong and firing desire. Number two, you should have dedication, work hard towards achieving your desire. And number three, determinations. As Dr. Baby Samuel rightly said, enjoy whatever you've been doing and put your heart into it. I'm telling you, success is definite. And you will never see and look back and turn, and you will enjoy your life in whatever you do. With this, I conclude thanking Dr. Debashish Mitraji, Dr. continued support to the Muscat chapter. May your knowledge, skill, and the competencies help to take our society to a newer height. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for adding our Indian school students to the annual international conference. Sense of giving, we will remember, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We have amidst us a seasoned strategist and leader to the core, Dr. Debashish Mitra, Chairman, Board of Studies. A practicing member, he is a cost accountant, company secretary, law graduate, and a qualified information systems auditor. He was awarded PhD for his thesis, a critical study of Select Indian GAAP, US GAAP, IAS IFRS. He is a trainer in international financial reporting standards and corporate laws. He is currently serving as an active member of several prestigious boards, forums, and institutions in India and abroad. He is the president-elect of the Rotary Club of Calcutta. He is also a vice chair at Auditing and Assurance Board and member of Disciplinary Committee, Bench 4 of ICAI. I welcome Dr. Debashish Mitra, guest of honor, to speak to our spectators.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Chairman Dr. Baby Samuel, Chairman Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. C.N. Amanand Prabhu, Chairperson, Muscat Chapter, Principal of various Indian schools in Oman, and teachers, parents, esteemed resource persons, the students who are present here. A very, very good evening to all of you, and hearty greetings from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Today I am now in Calcutta speaking from here. We had the regional conference of the East India Regional Council in Calcutta today. And the governor of the state of West Bengal was there as a chief guest. And I was speaking there. And then I told him that, look, we are the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is the second largest accounting body in the world with about 9 lakh members and about more than 8 lakh students. More than 8 lakh students. And we are extremely proud that we have so many students under our wing willing to have a career with unlimited opportunities. Please note, the curriculum that we study now was unveiled by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, in 2017. And when we were developing this new curriculum, one thought came to the mind of all the council members and also the members of Board of Studies, that the students that we are going to have and who are going to be chartered accountants, are they going to be Indian accountants or accountants from Oman, or do you want them to be global accountants? And the feeling across the council was that our products or our pass outs or chartered accountants need to be global accountants. And consequently, if you see the syllabus now, you have subjects like IFRS, Global Financial Reporting Standards. You have subjects like international taxation. Trying to have a curriculum which is not restricted to the country, but which is not restricted to India, but which has a presence, beyond India and which has great relevance. We want that chartered accountants who are even passing out from Oman, they not only have relevance there, but even if they go to London, they should also have a relevance. That's what we do. Now, when we were developing this course, one aspect that struck us was that communication skills. Uh, how to ensure that the students, and I not only speak of chartered accountant students, but any student for that matter. I see our feeling is that communication skill is the first calling card of a student. So you see, today we have, as part of the course curriculum, the general management and communication skills, where we try our best to improve the communication skills of the students so that when they face the world, the first calling card that they have, is used effectively. There was this also the criticism at some point of time that the students, they go for rote learning and that application of mind is not encouraged. Today we have a situation where the case studies and case scenarios, they are an integral part of the course curriculum of the Chartered Accountancy course curriculum. In fact, Vanda Nagpalji, she is the Director of Board of Studies. She will tell you that we have just got a booklet out for the case scenarios, and now we are trying also to get booklets out for the case studies. And these are very, very important because we are pushing the students towards application of mind, and that we feel is the crux if you want to take this course to the next level, which you are already doing. And when I talk about already doing, let me tell you about 7 to 10 days back, the Board of Studies organized a collaborative program with the Association of Indian Universities. And more than about 200 vice chancellors of various universities attended that program. The topic was how to enhance the employability of graduates. And you see, once we started speaking about a course, and that, you see, the offers in the campus, depending on how good you are, varies for a fresh chartered accountant, varies from 7 lakhs to 21 lakhs. Everybody stood up and started taking notice. The fact that, you see, we lay so much stress on skill enrichment, that also made the vice chancellors take notice. And by the time the program ended, there were so many requests for MOUs with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India by the vice chancellors of the various universities. Now, Association of Universities, Indian Universities, is trying to have an umbrella MOU with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India to cover all universities in India. So that is the kind of relevance that the institute has, and I'm sure that the Muscat chapter is playing an excellent role in furthering that relevance, furthering that importance. I was very keenly listening to Dr. Sam Samuel when he was speaking, and he was talking about technological disruption. And yes, with the onset of the pandemic, we have had the technological disruption. But our challenge was how to ensure that we continue educating the students despite the challenges posed by the pandemic. And the profession has this strong ability to adapt itself. And what we did, we started in the month of July, the virtual live classes. And this was basically the revisionary classes that we started. And then later on, we started the virtual live classes free of cost, mind you, free of cost for the intermediate, foundation, and the final students appearing for November 2020. And that, became quite a big success. And today we are having we have already started the live virtual classes for the May 2021 exam for finals. And in the month of February, we want to start off the free live virtual classes for the foundation and the intermediate students who hope to appear in the month of for the May 2021 exams. Look at the way we are trying our best. Now, the study materials that we are having. The study materials have been upgraded and updated recently. What you have done is, the study materials earlier were also very good. But what we have done is that, we have got more illustrations in the study materials. we are trying to see how learning can be fun through our study materials. Even in the virtual live classes that we are having, we are trying to see how much more animation that we can use in the live virtual classes that we are having. So you see, we are trying to see that that learning becomes a very, very interesting aspect of a student's life. A student must not force himself or herself to learn. It should be something which is extremely fun and enjoyable. So that is something that at the institute we are trying our best to do. Somebody was saying about the examination system, and let me tell you, our examination system is totally digitized. The correction, what happens is, as soon as the student appears in the exam and the answer script, we are scanning that answer script, digitizing that, and then putting that in the system and asking the examiners to correct the answer scripts based on the system in a proctored method where the system checks whether the same examiner is correcting those scripts or not. In the process, what happens? My time for declaration of results is reduced, and we can also ensure that the correction while correcting, an examiner is giving marks for every single question, and not only the questions, but for every single steps that a student it takes to answer that in the process of answering a question. That is also to ensure that no student is unfairly treated by the examiners. So we have totally digitized our examination system. So and now even the about 8,000 examiners that we are testing them. They have to also go through a test. And if the students pass percentage is about 50% aggregate, the examiner's pass percentage is 72%. They have to go for a test, get 72%, and then be examiners of the papers of the papers of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So you see how rigorous is the way we are doing it, because we are extremely proud of our examination system. 2 points. Today, those of us who follow cricket, and this is just to make a smile on the face of the students here who are listening, and maybe the parents, if you are fans of cricket, India just had a historic victory over Australia. And please note, this is not the Indian team with Virat Kohli, Jasprit Bumrah, so many top players missing. But these players, this bunch of young players, they went ahead and won the game. And in India, it's a very extremely proud moment that they have done such a thing. But when I talk about the Indian team and this victory, I'm reminded of a story of the great Sunil Gavaskar. Those of us, even the seniors, I'm sure, who are listening to me, must be aware of Sunil Gavaskar. To my mind, he's been the greatest opener. And those were the days in 1980s, and Gavaskar never used to play. Those days, he did not have helmet. And Gavaskar had to face the fearsome bowlers of West Indies and other countries. And please note, he was about 5 feet 2 inches. And then Gavaskar, in order to get himself ready, he used to practice regularly in Mumbai. He would practice for 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours regularly. He would practice in Mumbai. So one gentleman walked up to Mr. Gavaskar when he was practicing in Mumbai. And he said that, look, I see you practicing every day. And the question was, don't you get bored doing the same thing every day? And Gavaskar's answer was, and look at the relevance of his answer. His answer was, I am passionate about the cricket. I enjoy cricket. And number 3, I think only working hard and practicing consistently, allows me to, score those centuries that I scored for India. So to the students, and not to the students who are doing chartered accountancy, to all the students who are listening to me, be passionate about your course. Very, very important. Enjoy the course. Work hard, study hard, and success will be at your feet. I am now also reminded of APJ Abdul Kalam, the former president of India, who in one of the programs organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, described chartered accountant as a partner in nation building. We take that role very, very seriously. We take that role very, very seriously. GST has been introduced in India, and the chartered accountants are working, have played a leading role in ensuring the success of GST in India. So, we are the institute is doing the best for the membership as well as for the students. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the successful students, to congratulate the toppers, to thank the Indian schools in Oman for being part of this program, to thank the ICAI Muscat chapter for having taken such a leading role in ensuring the success of this program. And to all the students who are listening to me, I wish all of you great success in all your future endeavors. Thank you very much for inviting me here.
Thank you, sir, for an insight into the success mantra as becoming chartered accountants in our career. Desire is the starting point of all achievements, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen pulsating desire which transcends everything. Today, we have 5 outstanding achievers whose ardent yearning for success and hard work has helped them in procuring the first, second, and third positions in the AISSCE 2020 Commerce stream from among all Indian schools in Oman. I invite the viewers to the presentation of the toppers. Sana of Indian School Al-Sib, who secured 97.2% and topped the commerce stream from among all Indian schools in Oman. The second position winner, Devanshi Patodia, with 96.6% of Indian School Sohar. Dishita Soin of Indian School Muscat with 96.2% came in the third position. Adil Sharafuddin of Indian School Darset, again with 96.2%, shared the third position. Nandana Shri Kumar of Indian School Darsaid bagged the third position with 96.2%. I request Dr. Leena Francis, Principal, Indian School AISSCE, to congratulate the toppers on behalf of all.
We are extremely happy to have all the 5 of you today with us, though it's virtually from various parts of India. Congratulations to all of you and all the very best for all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me remind the viewers that the questions related to CA can be posted in the comments section and it will be answered by the professionals present here with us. Work to become, not to acquire. Albert Hubbard. Today, we have 2 alumni of Indian schools in Oman who have flourished in their attempt to become chartered accountants with their zealous commitment. Miss Prakriti K, an alumna of Indian School AISSCE, is presently working in JCS's Bangalore and pursuing LLB too. She cleared CPT in June 2015 in her first attempt, cleared IPCC both groups first attempt in 2016. She completed articleship under CA Shalimar in Bangalore, cleared her first group finals in 2019 in her first attempt and second group finals in November 2019. Priyanka Vedula. It is indeed a great inspiration to those aspiring for CA as their career to have amidst us Ms. Priyanka Vedula, an alumna of Indian School Al Gubra, who attained membership of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, UK, in October 2020. He again has passed all exams held by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in her first attempt and pursued articleship training from Deloitte, Mumbai from 2017 to 2020. He is presently working at Deloitte UAE as an experienced associate in the Audit and Assurance Department. Now, let us hear them out. May I request Ms. Prakriti K to share her experience so as to motivate all the CA aspirants.
A very warm good evening to all the distinguished guests and invitees present with us today. I am deeply honored to be a part of this auspicious event, and it is extra special to be a part of the event held in the city that has played a major role in making what I am today. This journey was definitely not easy, nor has the journey ended. There is immense learning and growth in every step taken. A line told by my sir has always remained with me. CA is not a difficult course, it is a different course, and it stands true. This course demands hard work, determination, a lot of sacrifices, and the most important ingredient, self belief. Yes, If you believe in yourself, then any storm can be a piece of cake. If you believe in your capabilities, in your abilities, in your potential, then nothing can stop you from achieving what you aim to, academically and non academically. Through our voyage, we'll come across a lot of downfalls, a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of failures. We'll also come across a lot of people who will doubt you, who will state that it is not possible to do what you do. But if I can do it, so can you. And I'm very sure a few years down the lane, you would be standing in my position, addressing inspired and ambitious students. Remember, you are living the story that you would narrate to a lot of people to inspire them. So make the story worth it. All the very best to all the students for the future endeavors. I would also like to use this opportunity to thank all the people who have stayed along with me through this journey. And special thanks to my ISAS family, who has always guided me till date and has kept me in their prayers. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Board of Directors of Indian Schools of Oman, as well as the Muscat chapter of ICAI. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Prakriti. Your achievement has enthused a new confidence and belief in us. I request Ms. Priyanka Vidula to speak to all the students who are striving to become chartered accountants. Her experience would surely encourage and guide them.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you to the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman and the ICAI Muscat chapter for organizing this wonderful event and recognizing the hard work put in by the students of Indian schools in Oman as well as the CA qualified students. I owe my educational and professional success to the strong foundations laid by the Indian School Al Gubra. I would especially like to thank the principal, Mrs. Papri Ghosh, and the vice principal, Mr. Sri Kumar, for their contribution. I am also grateful to all the teachers who taught me, right from kindergarten till the 12th grade. I would especially like to extend my gratitude to my accounts teacher, Mr. Suresh Kumar, who believed in me and encouraged me on my journey to become a chartered accountant. My parents constantly supported and encouraged me on this journey. CA is a journey that requires a lot of perseverance, hard work, and determination, and I could not have done it without the support of my parents. CA is considered to be one of the most difficult courses in the world, but I would like to say that all it takes is determination and hard work. You have to believe in yourself, as it is a journey that goes beyond academic borders. It is a journey of personal discovery, and it helps you realize that the boundaries we place are only in our heads. There is no limit to what can be achieved through hard work and determination. Once again, thank you to everyone who is present organizing this event, and I wish you all a very happy new year and a lot best wishes for this year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. Your words have kindled a spark in all the commerce students. CAV Pathabiram. He wears multiple hats. CA by qualification and profession, a writer and speaker by passion, and a teacher by accident. V. Pathabiram is a member of the three professional accounting bodies of India. His areas of specialization include corporate finance and capital markets. He is also into teaching and writing, besides being a regular speaker at the professional seminar circuit, both in India and internationally. He is a co-founder of and partner at Yoganand and Ram Chartered Accountants, an India-based public accounting firm which is into audit, information system, tax and management consulting. CA internship at Deloitte, Haskins and Sells. He was a rank holder throughout his college and his chartered accountancy. As a freelance journalist, he wrote columns in national newspapers and magazines on topics of contemporary interests. He wrote for The Hindu and The Hindu Business Line and currently writes for The Industrial Economist on a range of issues. He is the faculty and co-founder, Prime Academy, the pioneering educational institution that trains chartered accountancy students. I invite CAV Pattabhiram to enlighten the viewers on chartered accountants leading the charge. Welcome, sir, and over to you.
Thank you very much. Can you let me share the screen? I can put out a PPT deck.
Yes, sir.
Give me a second. So you have to enable screen sharing.
Just a moment, sir. Try now, sir.
Yeah. I think that looks good. Before I start, just for the benefit of all of you, not that you don't know, between my picture, our pictures, and the PPT deck, there's a double line running. You can place your cursor on the double line and move it to the left. What would happen is that the speaker becomes larger, the PPT becomes smaller. Okay? So if you want to reduce the size, you could do that. Good evening, Dr. Sam Samuel. Good evening, Ramanan Prabhu. Thank you for those very kind words. And good evening to all of you who have assembled here this evening from different parts of the world to congratulate the winners. Across the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'll talk to you about a topic that we have loosely called leading the charge. I'm going to first throw up on the screen 10 people. In a different context, I would have actually run it as a game, but doesn't matter. You can, on a piece of paper, even as I put up these pictures, identify who they are. And I'm sure you will get most of those names right. This man, as you know, is a politician. He's India's railway minister, a man with an incredible academic record. Piyush Goyal, one of India's star politicians, very, very close to the centers of power, once upon a time, a top-notch investment banker. I do not know how many of you recognize him. He's Ehsan Mani. Ehsan Mani changed the way that the International Cricket Committee functions. Mani comes from Pakistan, and for a long time actually lived in the United Arab Emirates. He's been a remarkable administrator, if I could use that word. Number 3, I'm sure most of you recognize him. Widely known in our country as the granddaddy of Indian television, the man who changed the way how television is presented. And as more and more young people watch television today, there's a sense of nostalgia as to how television was when Pranay Roy, the man whom you see there, ruled the roost. He brought both dignity and grace to the profession of news anchoring. Three people: Piyush Goyal, politics; Eshan Mani, cricket administrator; Prannoy Roy, television anchor. Let's look at a few more. That, of course, is Shekhar Kapoor, widely regarded as one of the top-notch film producers, both in Hollywood and in Bollywood. Some of his movies may have sunk without a trace, but he is regarded as being immensely talented in the world of creative arts. Kumar Mangalam Birla, the man who runs the Aditya Birla Group of companies, a man who took over his dad's business when he had hardly turned 30. People asked, can a man who's not even turned 30 run a business? Today, nobody asks that question because Kumar Mangalam Birla has arrived in his own right. That man is called the big bull of the Indian stock market. There are many who call him, I don't elect to do that, but there are many who call him the Warren Buffett of India. Stockbroker Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Three men: stockbroker Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, corporate czar Kumar Mangalam Birla, film producer and director Shekhar Kapoor. We have all looked. This is Alexander Muthoot, a businessman who runs the Muthoot Group. And last, but definitely not the least, making my 10th in the list of 10 is this lady, banker Vishakha Mulye, executive director of the ICAI Bank. Look at the range. 10 people from 10 different walks of life. 10 people who straddle 10 completely different professions. And as many of you must have guessed it, the one line that connects them, the one dot that connects them is all of them, each and every one of them, right from Vishakha Mulye here down to the one with whom I began. All of them are chartered accountants. They all come from the profession in which you hope to make a mark. They all come from the profession from which these two young ladies who spoke just before me hope to make a mark. This is a profession, this is a qualification which you must take great pride in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the first point that I wanted to make is that, like doctors take great pride in being the profession of medicine, let's all take great pride in being in the profession of finance, accounting, and audit. These are people who are leading the charge. Prabhu wanted me to talk to you about chartered accountants who lead the charge. Now, I can go on and on and on and on and give you a laundry list of people, but that's not my objective. What I intend to do, however, is after having named these 10, I'm going to talk to you very quickly by telling you 3 stories. And with those 3 stories, we will try and understand as to what are the 3 important things that will lead you to a place in the Hall of Fame. And to do that, we'll have to go back in time. We are going to go back to 1963. That's a long, long period of time. That's almost 60 years ago. In 1963, at the Yale University in the United States of America, a young 29-year-old accounting professor was teaching accounting. On the last day of his class, he asked the students, 300 of them in his class, as to how many of them had written down their goals in life. How many of them had written it down on a piece of paper, and how many of them had written it down in their own handwriting. I repeat, he talked about 3 conditions. People who have written down their goals in life, who have written it down on a piece of paper, not in their head, and written it in their own handwriting. And you know, Yale is an outstanding university where the best and brightest boys, the best and brightest girls from across countries and continents go and work and study. Trust me when I tell you, out of 300 people, just 9 people, 3% of the audience put up its hands. Only 9 people out of 300 had written down their goals in life, written it down in their own handwriting, and written it down on a piece of paper. The story does not end there. The story moves forward in time. It moves 30 years forward. It moves to 1993. I know that's a long way back, but this is a remarkable story from history and needs to be told. In 1993, the batch of 1963 was having a reunion. Teaching at Yale was still the same young professor. The 29-year-old man was teaching accounting. Now he was 59 years old. He was teaching accounting. And 297 of the 300 boys and girls of that batch turned up for the reunion. And when they turned up, the professor did a quick wealth check. He asked them to put out on a piece of paper as to what was their approximate wealth. Trust me, believe me, I'm not making it up. You will be stunned to know that the net wealth of each of these 9 people, you know these 9 people, the guys who had laid down goals in life, the guys who had written it down in a piece of paper, the guys who had written it in their own handwriting. The net wealth of each one of them was greater than the combined net wealth of all the 291 people put together. I'm not enamored by money. Money is important for sure, but it's not the most important thing in life. But the point that I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is what I call the power of goal. People who are successful in life are people who lay down goals. And it's very important that the young minds here today, or minds who are in their middle age, need to lay down goals. You can never, ever, ever achieve anything which you are unable to see. To hit, you'll have to see. And that's the importance of the goal. I go to my second story. I ask you to take a look at this man. This is a man which my generation grew up to admire. This was one of America's greatest tennis players. This was once upon a time the world's greatest tennis player. This man at a particular point in time had won 14 Grand Slams. Long before Roger Taylor broke that record, Pete Sampras was the darling of the masses. And Pete Sampras had a hangdog expression. After one of his tournaments, when one of his tournaments was over, a journalist asked Sampras, what do you do after you play tennis? And Sampras, with his hangdog expression, said, I play tennis. The journalist thought that Sampras had not understood the question. So he said, Sampras, what do you do after you play tennis? And Sampras said, journalist, after I play tennis, I play tennis. This was when the journalist understood. So he thought he'll have a dig at Sampras, and he asked Sampras, Pete, what do you do after you play tennis? After you play tennis? And Sampras said, after I have played tennis, I play tennis. There is a great moral in that story. All successful people put in enormous amount of work. Whether it be Shah Rukh Khan, whether it be Indian captain Virat Kohli, whether it be a leading politician in the world, all of them put great amount of work. What we see is only the award nights. What we see only is the prizes that they receive. What we don't see is the tons and tons of effort that have gone in. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the second important rule in life is the power of preparation. At whatever stage in life you are, whether you are a student, as some of you are, whether you are a teacher, as some of you are, Whether you are a chartered accountant in practice, as some of you are, it's very, very important to constantly prepare. I was very, very happy when the chairman of the Board of Studies talked about Sunil Gavaskar. Gavaskar is not the sole story. There are many such people. All outstanding achievers have always believed in the power of preparation. I'll go to my third and last point that I wanted to make. Take a look at this. This is from the world of cricket. 434. I can possibly ask you, what does that represent? But I know we are running out of time, so I'll tell you what it represents. It does not represent the number of wickets that Kapil Dev took to cross Richard Hadley. 434 is the score that Australia, sometime in 2008, scored in a one-day match at Johannesburg. I remember that match. That match was versus South Africa. A friend of mine called me up and said, "Hey, where are you?" I said, "I'm in the middle of something." He said, "Wherever you are, go to the nearest television." I said, "No, I can't." He said, "Nothing doing. You have to go to the nearest television." Because he said that a magic was taking place. The magic was very simple. 434 was a kind of number of runs no team had ever scored in a one-day match at that particular point in time. And no team had ever chased that. And South Africa was threatening to chase down 434. One of the players was, I think, Herschel Skips. I do not remember the name of the other player. These two men took South Africa to victory in what can only and only mean the conquest of the mind. The story goes that at the innings break, the young South African captain, Graeme Smith, told his teammates, "Hey, look, what's the big deal? All that we have to do is to score one boundary more than what Australia has done. And you know, it's not very difficult to score because this is a small ground." That, boys and girls, is what I call the power of positivity. All great achievers are guys who lay down goals, are guys who prepare hard, are guys who have a positive frame of mind. Have these three, and you will be like any one of the 10 people that I spoke to you about earlier. I'll close out by telling you that in this world, and forgive me for using a very, very cliched term, in this world where we are seeing the pandemic happen, 2020, by any stretch of imagination, is possibly the worst period in world's history. I don't think anybody living today saw the Spanish flu of 1917. This is clearly the watershed year. Yet, if we want to be happy, if we want to win, there are three quick things that we need to do. That picture talks about people who went to a mountain to pray for rain, and yet only one man carried an umbrella with him. That talks about faith. To win, you need to have faith. This picture tells you about how a kid, when thrown up in the air, laughs, smiles, because it knows that its father will not drop it down. That's what I call trust. Faith, trust. And last, but definitely not the least, this picture tells us that when we go to sleep each night, we set an alarm clock, believing that we are going to wake up tomorrow morning, when nobody in the world really knows whether we will wake up or not. That, I guess, is what is hope. Follow those three dictums. Also have trust, have faith, have hope, and trust me, you will become much, much better than any one of those 10 achievers that I talked to you about earlier. You would be one of those guys who would lead the charge. Thank you very much for your attention.
Power of positivity, goal setting, and power of preparation. These we will surely keep in mind, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Dear audience, before I introduce you to the next speaker of the day, we would like to inform you that your questions can be posted in the comments section while watching this event on YouTube. Your queries will be addressed by the professionals. CA Prabdeep Singh Baweja, Regional Director, ICAI, qualified as a Chartered Accountant in 2006 and currently working as a Regional Director in ICAI for Middle East and Africa. He is a passionate speaker on technical topics of accounting profession and also an avid reader. He has conducted events on leadership, communication, strategy, and other related soft skill topics and has completed many projects for the benefits of underprivileged, improvement in communication and leadership, and collection of blood units in UAE, which earned him the name Blood Man amongst his friends. He is also the winner of Distinguished Toastmasters Award. He is a servant leader and effective communicator, which has made him very popular among the ICAI members and students committee in the region. I welcome CA Prabdeep Singh Baweja to throw some light on the opportunities in Middle East for CA aspirants.
Thank you, Lakshmi. My warm greetings to the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, all school principals, and my colleagues, speakers. Thank you so much. Middle East is a region which has the maximum presence of ICAI members outside, if we talk about a region with 6 countries, which are called like GCC countries in the region. And collectively, we have like more than 10,000 members in the region with around 5,000 members in UAE. Mostly the members who are looking for opportunities in the Middle East, they look for opportunities when they are young, as that is the period which brings in a large number of opportunities in different accounting firms in the Middle East, such as Big Four accounting firms, largely because they have a strong strength across the region, and another mid-tier firms, which are the large accounting networks and associations of the world. When a member gains a significant practice in these firms, and if they wish to move on to the industry, that creates a very large opportunities for the members in industry, which can be in the government departments or government jobs or different kind of industries, depending upon the country you are living in. Saudi Arabia is a country which brings in the opportunity in manufacturing, UAE for wholesale and trading, Qatar for gas and oil, similarly Oman, Bahrain, and Kuwait. So therefore, when the members are looking for the opportunities, my advice to the members is to look for opportunities when you are young and in your initial stage of the career. The second thing is a huge opportunities comes up in investments and banking industry, which largely members get it after some period of experience in the large accounting firms. Then with regard to the members who are experienced and living in India, the opportunities become very specific when it relates to a specific industry or a specific area in the professional practice. The members in these regions, largely 70% of the members across region are in the industry and 30% are in the practice. When a member is able to reach to a position of a partner in any large or mid-tier accounting firm, the success opportunity in terms of money is very huge, but those opportunities are limited. So that's why members look for moving on to the industry. And a prerogative to move to an industry is an experience in the Big Four or an experience in the country. So that's why when we have spent some time in India or in another country which does not match the geographies of a particular country we are looking for a job, it becomes a bit difficult. So the opportunities I would like to say is huge. Large number of members are there in UAE. Our Indian Chartered Accountants control almost 80% of the accounting industry. So therefore, I encourage all the students who live in Oman to work hard with the Chartered Accountancy. Vandana ma'am will be sharing the details. When you as a chartered accountant go through a deep practice, as Patabi sir was talking about, considering the 3 years of articleship, it makes us much stronger to face any challenges which we may come across. And when we are young, it's very important for us to spend a lot of time in studies, which our course gives. And unless we have given so many years and a deep practice, it may not set a strong base. So a strong base is important. So with this, as the time is not there, I hand it over back to Lakshmi. Thank you.
We also have with us CA Vandana D. Nagpal, Director, Board of Studies. She is a fellow chartered accountant and a member of CPA Australia. She has actively participated in the review of education and training schemes of the Chartered Accountancy course. She is a president of Economic Society, Miranda House, New Delhi. She has written articles on various issues relating to economic growth, micro and macroeconomic problems faced by the country, etc. She has written articles in CA journals too. I invite CA Vandana D. Nagpal, Director, Board of Studies, to throw some light on the route map in the journey of CA course.
Thank you very much. I think it's Lakshmi. I would like to thank you for the kind words you have said about me. And I also would like to thank the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Muscat chapter, especially CA Ramananda Prabhu and Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, and all the other key persons who are there in the Muscat chapter, including I would like to thank CA Prabjit Singh also. And I think CA Patabi Ram has kept, I think he has the kind of, the manner in which he has started speaking about the chartered accountants and the avenues of chartered accountants. I think you all would be lured to join this particular profession. And it's not that, it is not that because I am the Director Board of Studies of ICAI, I'm asking you to join this profession. But yes, the people who are there in front of you, who had been on the dais, they have talked highly about you. And you had also listened to our chairman, CA Debashish Mitra also. And I'll tell you one thing. And another thing I would like to say is I would like to congratulate all the toppers in commerce stream for their hard work and the commendation which they brought to themselves and to their family. I really hope that all of you, if you're really wanting to be a chartered accountant, must join this course. It's not that I am asking you, yes, you need to have the aptitude and the attitude, right? And the right direction if you have. you will choose the right profession which is actually meant for you, right? And like Dr. Patibiram, CA Patibiram had talked, that it's not that if you become a chartered accountant, you're restricted only to auditing, accounting, and taxation. No, it's just varied professions you can go into. You can be the business solution provider, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a CFO, CEO, you can do anything. You can be in any line, because the curriculum of CA is designed in such a way that it is actually giving you it is rather introducing you to all the aspects of this economy which are really going to be relevant for you. And let me also, I'll be sharing the PPT also with you. And in case once I finish it, if you have any questions, you can always, you're most welcome to ask me. I'm going to start sharing. I think you need to enable me to share the screen.
I did, ma'am. Please try now.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. I just would like to first briefly tell you what is the role of Board of Studies Academic. I want to tell you, last year only, the BOS was divided into two areas, looking after two activities. One is Board of Studies Academic, and other is the Skill Enrichment Board, Student Skill Enrichment Board, right? The time when I joined in and the new scheme was brought in, actually the activities of the board had got increased a lot. So we kept two particular sections which will be looking after all these areas. So the Board of Studies Academic is actually responsible for formulating and implementing policies relating to education and training of students. The role of the Board of Studies Academic is to bring out the study material. And I think the chairman also would have told you, this time, like it's a continuous exercise. Review of a material is a continuous exercise. But in the last 2-3 months, we have brought in the new study material, the updated one with many questions, illustrations, and flow charts, which is really going to make your life very simple once you join this course. We have also this time brought out the booklets for MCQ and case scenario based questions for specific subjects for all levels, intermediate and final. And in final, we are having one elective paper, paper 6. There we are also bringing out, it's an open book. The pattern of the exam is it's an open book examination. You can bring anything over there, any of your material, any of your notes, whatever you want to bring, you can bring in, and you are tested on your evaluative and synthesis skill. There are case studies in that paper, and we are also coming out shortly also a booklet on the case studies as well, so that students can have a good practice. They can rather work out on their own, and so that during the exam, they do not find any difficulties. Then what happens? Before each exam, we are also coming out with revision test papers also, updated questions, illustrations on the amendments which have actually recently taken place. We are bringing in questions on that. And these are the questions for which students can practice. Then we are also coming out with answers for the exams which have taken place, so that you are able to rather prepare for your forthcoming exams. Then we also specific papers like direct and indirect tax. We are always coming out on the updates on that. And plus we are also coming out with the latest case laws also. So there is a separate booklet for the cases also, indirect and indirect taxes. Another thing is very important is that we have also on a digital learning hub of the institute, we have also posted our ebooks also. The ebooks for foundation, intermediate, and final are there. You can go to that particular subject, open that chapter. You'll have all the illustrations. You can make notes over there. You can rather anything, suppose you're not knowing the meaning. So that Wikipedia is also there. You can look into the particular meanings of those particular words. Then we are also having the video lectures also. So in each chapter, wherever you are getting struck up on the concept, you can always click to the videos and you will be able to see the videos. You can understand, your doubts will be cleared, then you can move to the next part. Then we come to our virtual coaching classes. Like we have started the virtual coaching classes, that's free of cost for all the students. And for the first time in July, we have started the classes for foundation also. I think that will be very useful for all the future CA aspirants. We are starting very shortly our online classes for foundation, and we are going to start from 1st of February 2021. The announcements we made, and you can join these classes online and you can see them from the place of your convenience, from your laptops, from your mobiles, anywhere. The best of classes, you can raise your query. And for intermediate, we are going to start from 8th of February. And for foundation, already the classes are on. And these classes are absolutely free of cost. Besides this, we are also coming up with the Students' Journal. It's on a monthly basis. A journal is there. You can see Student Journal also. Plus, you can also subscribe for the Students' Journal. This cover, we are coming out with. And these, in each journal, we are having the capsules for one of the subjects at each level, which is actually going to help the students for preparation before the exams. And we are also compiling these capsules in a form of referencer, so that students at one place are able to get all these capsules for their preparations. And then we are having, before each exam, we are conducting the mock test papers also for our students. And we are hosting those in our website on our BOS Knowledge Portal. Students can attempt those, and thereafter we are posting the answers also. And then our BOS faculty is taking the counseling sessions for the mock test papers also. So this is a brief I have told you about what BOS is doing for its students. I just would like to just briefly tell you about how the scheme is like. You can register for foundation. There are two routes to register for CA course. One is foundation route, another one is direct entry route. All those students who have appeared for class 12th and those who are actually going to move up, they can register for this particular course. And from October 20 onwards, students who have passed class 10th examination, that means they are in 11th standard or 12th standard, they can register for the foundation course, and thereafter, after appearing in the class 12th examination, they can give the foundation exam, right? So once they clear the foundation exam, they can register for, and they have cleared their 12th exam, they have cleared the foundation, they can join the intermediate. That's the second level. And students who have done the graduation, suppose you have done the graduation in the commerce field, so you need to have at least 55% to register in the intermediate directly. Such students are not required to register for foundation course, right? So, and students which are from different streams, but for the commerce, they can join this particular, they need to have at least 60% in their graduation, and they can join the intermediate. What happens is, once the students who have passed the foundation, registering for intermediate, they need to clear either of the groups. There is a minimum 8 month study period, which they have to devote before they can sit for both the groups of intermediate or either of the groups. And once they clear one of the groups or both the groups, they can start their practical training, articleship training. That's a 3 years articleship training. But before they do this articleship training, they need to do 2 courses. From once our new scheme was introduced in 2017, we had brought in ICAI TSS, Integrated Course on Information Technology and Soft Skills. So 15 days, there is an orientation course, which makes the students friendly with how the office environment is going to be, how the etiquettes need to have, because they have done their 12th and they have not faced the real world. So we are trying to harness their communication skills. We are wanting them to apprise them so that once they join the CA firm, when they'll be going for audits, how they need to pose themselves, what are the things which they need to know. All those things are being taught in the 15 days orientation course. Then we are having 15 days information technology course also, where hands-on training is given on the Excel, Access, on this Tally, PowerPoint presentations, so that you are acclimatized with the IT skills also, right? And thereafter, once you have completed this, you can start the practical training. And students who are coming from the direct entry route, they have to after they join intermediate, they need to undergo these 2 courses, and then they can register directly for the practical training. Here there is a difference, because students, they have already done graduation, so they don't have to come via the foundation route. They don't have to clear either of the groups, but rather they can directly, after 9 months of practical training, they can appear for the intermediate exam. And once they clear this exam of intermediate, the students, after 2.5 years of their practical training, completion of the practical training, and after they've cleared both the groups of intermediate, and they have done the advanced training on information technology and the soft skills, once they have done that, they are eligible to sit for the final exam. So once they appear for the final exams, thereafter, once they clear it, they need to register themselves and become a professional, a true professional. And we are having the 3 levels. Foundation, we are having 4 papers. Paper 1 is Principles and Practices of Accounting, which you already studied during your schooling time. Paper 2 is about the business laws. 2B is about the business correspondence and reporting. Business correspondence and reporting is actually the English paper. Your vocabulary, your writing skills are being checked. And paper 3 is business mathematics, logical reasoning, and statistics. Paper 4 is having 2 parts, business economics, and part 2 is business and commercial knowledge. Business and commercial knowledge is about it's about the general knowledge, your awareness about what is happening around you in the country, in the world. So we want the students to be aware what is happening around them, just not studying all the time. They need to be aware what is happening in the society also. The first 2 papers are subjective in nature, and paper 3 and paper 4 are totally objective type. And student needs to score 50% overall and need to have 40% in each paper to clear the foundation exam. And intermediate, we are having 8 papers: accounting, corporate and other laws, cost and management accounting, direct tax, and indirect taxation. That's 1 paper. It's of 60 and 40 marks respectively. Paper 5 is advanced accounting. Paper 6 is auditing and assurance. Paper 7 is having 2 parts sections. 7A is enterprise information system and 7B is strategic management. 8A is financial management and 8B is economics for finance. And then at the final level, again, you are having 8 papers. First paper is financial reporting, then strategic financial management, advanced auditing and professional ethics, corporate and economic laws, strategic cost management and performance evaluation. Paper 6 is elective. In paper 6, we are giving students 6 options. They are given 6 papers like risk management, capital market, economic laws. Then we are having international taxation. Then we have multidisciplinary case study. And we are having GFR, that is global financial reporting standards. So in which area he or she would like to specialize. Paper 7 is direct tax laws and international taxation, and paper 8 is indirect tax laws. And let me also tell you, when this new scheme was introduced in 17, it was made totally, it is compliant of international education standards, which are issued by International Federation of Accountants. So there are 8 standards which are issued by IFIC. Out of that, 6 are relevant for education, and all the 6 standards, be it be the entry requirements, that is also being taken care of. Then it is about the technical competence, list of competence areas, the learning outcomes are mentioned in each and every subject, each and every paper, chapter wise, and the case studies. Assessment based on case studies is also fully complied. Our curriculum is fully complied with the technical competence standard also. Then comes the professional skills. The manner in which I talked to you about the ICAI TSS, that training on information technology and soft skills. So we are taking care of the intellectual, interpersonal and communication skills, personal attitudes and organization skills. We are working on that. Then we're talking about the professional values and ethics. So we are having a specific paper on advanced auditing and professional ethics, where students are apprised about the ethics which they need to have in their daily life and while they become a professional. Then we are having the professional experience. That again, there is a 3 years rigorous training, and this training, let me tell you, in 2018, we introduced the test for the training also, which the students are undergoing. They have to undergo the test after first year of their practical training and second year of their practical training. And these grades are coming out in the mark sheet also, right? And the assessments, how they are done, we are giving the skill-wise and section-wise weightage for all the papers so that students can plan their studies, and they need to know what really they need to understand at each level. And as you very well know, NARIC, it's a body in UK which is evaluating the qualifications. So it has this particular the standard setting, this particular equivalence body in UK has evaluated the CA qualification also, and they have given, it has been compared with the postgraduate course, so that wherever you go in any part of the world, you will be given that credence for what you have done already. Then I've already talked to you about the 2 levels of trainings which we are giving to the students, and 3 years of practical training, which you will be undergoing under a chartered accountant. And the areas in which you are wanting to specialize, you can opt for that particular area, so that you can have a mix, or you can have a specialized training under one CA for particular subject. And let me also tell you about the particular initiatives, recent initiatives. I think most of them I have already touched upon. That we have also come out with the revised material, which is having number of questions, illustrations. Then I've already talked about the booklets, which we are coming on the case study and case scenarios. Then we are having this virtual coaching classes for all the levels. And if you are not able to see that particular class online, the recorded lectures are also there. Video on demand is also there. So you can always see it later on also. Then we have also conducted the revisionary classes for the November exams also, the full-fledged classes as well as the revisionary classes. Then assessment part I have already talked to you about. Ebooks also I have talked to you about. Quick referencer capsules also I have touched upon. And these are the things, during COVID times, we had come out with all these initiatives, which I have already covered. And my dear prospective CA students, I'm telling you, once you visit the institute website, you can go to the students, you click on the students, and there you'll get BOS Knowledge Portal. Once you click the BOS Knowledge Portal, I've given the link also of this particular portal over here. Once you click that, you'll get everything and anything about BOS, about the subjects, material, questions, announcements, everything, you can find it over here. So it's a one, you have to stop over here and all your problems are resolved. And we are also having the MOU with IGNU also, and the eligibility of our chartered accountants are eligible to appear in the civil services examination also. And we are also working with UGC for the equivalence of our profession, so that students anywhere, once they're going out, be in India, they can pursue the PhD. They can also, they're wanting to pursue their career in academics. They can very well go and teach in the universities also. So opportunities, I think the umpteen opportunities, and you just think of it and you can go, right? Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Attitude, aptitude, and right direction. Key words in choosing a career. We are grateful to you, ma'am, for showing us the right direction. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you and wish you all the best. I hope very soon you will join this profession, this esteemed profession, and be a professional, so that we are all proud of you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it is time for the question and answer session. The first question that I would like to ask on behalf of Ambili Arun. She asks, could you please let me know the possibility of pursuing CA after opting math and science in class 12?
Yes, you can very well do that. There is no restriction that you need to be from the commerce background. You can be either from the humanities background or you are from the science background. Anybody and everybody can join this profession. It's open for all. You need to clear the foundation exam, for which we are giving the coaching also. We are providing the material also.
Our next question is from Jennifer Shaibi. Could you please explain which is better, CPA, ACCA, CA, in order to apply for jobs in foreign countries?
See, I am not here to make any comparison about any of the professions which are being actually come out by different countries, right? Each profession, I'll say, I'm from ICAI, I'll say it is the best. And I'm not saying it because I am myself a chartered accountant. The reason I'm saying is it is the most difficult profession in the entire world. And I'll tell you, once you are a chartered accountant of India, and I'll tell you, our chartered accountants are there in all parts of the world, and they're holding very coveted positions. So it depends. If you want to follow a easy route, you may opt in for other particular professions, other qualifications of different countries. But if you want, so what is easy in the beginning may not be very easy later on. So if you have gone through the difficult route, I think your value is going to be maximum. So you need to see the career growth. If you are a chartered accountant, you can go anywhere and you can hold any of the positions. And I'll tell you, we are having MRAs with the international accounting bodies. Rather, we are having the MRA with ICAI, we are having it with CPA Australia, we are having it with South Africa, we are having it with Ireland, we are having it with CPA Canada. Let me tell you, students from the students who have passed the CA qualification from ICAI, they only have to appear in 1 or 2 papers, or they don't have to appear for any of the papers to get the qualification of the other accounting international body. However, the other international bodies people, they have to rather appear for 3 or 4 papers of ICAI to get the qualification of CA. So this talks about the profession which we are talking about. And I'm proud.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have a very relevant question from Tom Burgess. What are the career opportunities of a chartered accountant in the government sector and outside India?
I'll tell you, many of our chartered accountants, they're holding very senior position in the ministries, in the government. They are top ranking IRS officers, they are top ranking IAS officers, they are top ranking IFS officers. And plus, once they go out of India, they are able to join the various government departments. Like suppose you go to Australia, you will be able to get, because of your qualification, because once you go to Australia, you don't have to appear in any of the papers. You will get the membership of, associate membership of CPA Australia without giving any paper, because you have already done your CA from India. So once you go over there, you can join, either you can join the railways or you can join any of their departments. And I know many friends of mine, they are holding very good positions in the government departments in Australia. And this is not only for Australia, these are for other countries also.
Thank you, ma'am. A next interesting question we have from Ria Williams. She asks, if I join courses like engineering and medical, I have a fair chance of passing. What if I join CA and I could not complete?
Shall I tell you one thing? I talked about the IAS 1, which is giving it's not very tough. The entry is not very tough, but it is not very difficult. But if you are really, like I talked about the aptitude and attitude, you have that zeal in you to do a particular course, a profession, I think nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. And I'll tell you one thing, if you go in for engineering or medical, once you know, if you go in for government colleges, the best of the colleges, the kind of tough competition is there. There the seats are limited. That's where they are taking the students by their ranking. Whereas in our case, there is no such kind of restriction. We are not into the numbers. We are into the students who are wishing to be a chartered accountant, and gradually they have to undergo all these courses and the levels, and they become, and I'm telling you, those who have the will, there is always a way, and they always become chartered accountants. So I think we should not join a profession with, say, a half-hearted approach. We need not be double-minded. You join this course with that particular determination that, yes, I am going to be a chartered accountant and a very successful one. I think nothing can stop you.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. If we have the will, we'll definitely do it. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. I'm telling you, we are there with you. What are we doing at ICAI? We are there for all of you. You can reach us anytime. So I'm saying, don't stop yourself. You have the real aptitude for it, go in for it. Don't think twice. Don't think. And see all the dignitaries who are there on the dais now, you can ask them whether they have never faced any problem in their life. It's not that if you clear your exams in first go, it doesn't mean that later on you will not find any difficulties. See, life, you have to accept challenge. Challenges when you accept, be while you are reading, once you become a professional, once you're into job, or you are into practice, you have to struggle. And those who are the best always I think sky is the limit for them.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have the last question from Manoj Prabhakar. He asks, is maths needed in +2 for CA? And is there any negative marking in foundation?
Yes. I told you there are 4 papers. First 2 papers are subjective. There is no negative marking over there. Then next 2 papers, that's mathematics, your logical reasoning, statistics, 1 paper, and business economics and business commercial knowledge. There is negative marking because everything is objective type. 0.25 is the marks. If you are, suppose you have made one question is wrong, your marks deducted will be 1.25, right? So you be sure. If you are confident, attempt that question. Otherwise, if you are not sure, you should not.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're most welcome. Most welcome.
Thank you. This question session has definitely cleared many doubts in the minds of students. Thank you, ma'am, for this fruitful session.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, and I'm honored to be amongst all of you. And I hope maybe I would have really helped you in taking the decision. I think maybe the decision not now, but maybe tomorrow or thereafter. But take always the decision which your heart says, right? Except that you want to do. Don't get, say, rather overawed by your parents or by your teachers, because the career option is your option. You need to know where you want to go, right? And I'm telling you, my father wanted me to be a civil servant. He wanted me to excel in economics and go in for civil services. I'll tell you, till 12th, I had science. I changed over to economics. Then I changed over to CA. I was about to join Delhi School of Economics, and then I was wanting to appear for the civil services. But my destiny, my mind told me, no, I have to be a chartered accountant. So I left that part, I joined this field. And I'm not sorry for that. I'm happy because of that, I am there amongst all of you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Lena Francis, well-rounded educator for the last 28 years in various disciplines for the Indian schooling system in Oman, currently working as the principal of Indian School AISSCE. She is the recipient of the Certificate of Excellence in recognition of meritorious services rendered to the students of the Indian schools in Oman in the year 2010. The Certificate of Appreciation by the Ministry of Education for the efforts and contributions to the high achievements of students in TIMSS 2011, and the Certificate of Appreciation by the Ministry of Education for a presentation of performance appraisal in the educational institutions in the year 2019. Now, I request our charismatic and innovative leader, Dr. Lena Francis, Principal, Indian School AISSCE, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for that kind words. To quote Nelson Mandela, remember to celebrate milestones as you prepare for the road ahead. Unquote. Very respected Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Guests of honor, C.A. Ramananda Prabhu, co-founder and executive director of Middle East Chartered Accountants and chairperson of Muscat chapter of ICAI 2021. And C.A. Dr. Debashish Mitra, Chairman, Board of Studies, Academics. We are speakers of the day, special invitees and guests, Board of Directors, President, SMC, Mr. Moidu A.K., principals of various schools, awardees, alumni, parents and students of Indian schools in Oman. Very good evening to you all. Today, at the culmination of this function, the ICAI Award 2020, felicitating the commerce toppers of AISSCE 2020 of Indian schools in Oman and alumni of Indian schools in Oman who have cleared CA the last 2 years, I deem it my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. Indian School AISSCE is deeply honored to get an opportunity to host the 3rd edition of ICAI Award, organized under the aegis of Board of Directors in association with Muscat Chapter, Institute of Chartered Accounts of India, which is indeed a motivation to all the CA aspirants. I would like to mention my deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, Chairman Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, for his gracious presence and inspiring message. Thank you, sir. And let me also express my indebtedness to you for providing us this opportunity to host this program, which is an eye-opener to many unique facets of accountancy. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the guest of honor, C.A. Ramananda Prabhu, co-founder and executive director of Middle East Chartered Accountants and chairperson of Muscat Chapter of ICAI 2021, and CA Dr. Debashish Mitra, Chairman, Board of Studies Academics, whose words I'm sure has ignited the minds of all the commerce students of Oman. Thank you, sir. In this competitive world, our students need to stay focused and find a way to win against all odds. I would like to acknowledge our gratitude towards C.I.V. Pattabhiraman, an excellent teacher, for his insightful address and the power cube, the preparation for goal, and the power of goal, power of preparation, and the power of positivity, power cube, I'm sure, which can be readily adopted by the students. Thank you, sir. If opportunity doesn't knock, beat the door. And today, through his discourse on the opportunities in the Middle East of CA aspirants, CA Pradeep Singh Baweja, Regional Director, Middle East and Africa, has widely opened the iron door of chartered accountancy. I express my sincere thankfulness to you, sir. Let me thank CA Vandana D. Nagpal, Director, Board of Studies, for the guidance regarding the roadmap for CA course. Now, all they need is the courage to press on their destination, as the route is very clear. Also, I mentioned here a deep sense of appreciation for answering to all the queries with a great diligence. Thank you very much, ma'am. I would like to place on record our gratefulness towards Mr. Vinoba MP, Education Advisor, Board of Directors, for his gracious presence and for welcoming the august audience. Thank you, sir. Let me express our earnest thanks to all the Board of Directors for their continuous guidance and support. Thank you, sirs. A heartfelt thankfulness to President Mr. Moidu Eke and members of the School Management Committee who is motivating us in all our endeavors. Thank you all. Dear commerce stream toppers of AISSCE of Indian schools in Oman, today is your day. You made us proud, and once again, thank you for joining us. And on behalf of all the principals and teachers, once again, all the very best for your future endeavors. Dear Ms. Prakriti and Ms. Priyanka Vidula, to complete CA, that too in the first attempt, is undeniably a great feat to attain. We are indeed proud of, and thank you very much for becoming a source of inspiration to our students. Event like this cannot happen overnight. Here we are fortunate to have with us Dr. Alexi Joseph, Assistant Education Advisor and Head of Academic Initiatives, Board of Directors, to guide us at every step. I'm short of words to describe Sir's involvement in making this function a remarkable one. Thank you, sir, for being with us throughout. I profusely thank the principals of various Indian schools for their gracious presence and the help rendered for informing the students about this session. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. Our sincere gratitude goes to all teachers, parents, well-wishers for your rock-solid support and encouragement. I am fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very dedicated and motivated staff of Indian School AISSCE, and would like to extend my gratitude to all teaching and non-teaching staff, especially the technical term, the team which who are for their contributions to make this event a grand success. Kudos to the technical team. And how do I forget Lakshmi? Thank you very much, Lakshmi, for becoming the MC for today's program. Thank you, dear students who are watching this program. You might have, I'm sure, gained a lot of insights on CA as a career prospect. Dear students, this was just not a mere pause to celebrate milestones achieved by your seniors. I wish to say, dream it, do it, and achieve it. Once again, thank you for your patient listening. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Our journey has just begun, and with your encouragement, we have many more milestones to cover. CA, Chartered Accountant, yes, but it also means challenge it, achieve it, loop it. Hence, all out there, let's strive to become successful chartered accountants, because a CA student is a composition of a compassionate, cheerful, and cool aspirants. I will be a chartered accountant, I have decided. Hope to see many more achievers and accomplishments, and more of toppers and CA professionals to be felicitated in the coming years in the ICAI Awards. We have come to the end of ICAI Award 2020, an occasion to felicitate the commerce toppers. Thank you for joining us. This is Lakshmi, a CA aspirant from Indian School AISSCE, signing off. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Lakshmi. All the best.